It's a risk management course for coffee cooperatives that DFCU, together with Rabo Foundation, have arranged or have organized. And today we have the main leaders of coffee cooperatives in the country, and it is going to speak to some of the challenges that they get through, that they go through, especially challenges around the volatility of prices and low productivity. Yes.
So what do you hope to achieve?
For DFCU and Rabo Foundation, it is for giving back to the customers who are in agriculture, but then also we must note that it is not just customers from DFCU that we've invited. We've invited the key promoters of coffee cooperatives, and we believe that together with Rabo Foundation, DFCU Bank is going to be a springboard in bringing back the cooperatives to life in this country. The cooperatives used to be strong in the 80s when we were growing up. We believe that we can still get back our space. And also, specifically for today, to support coffee as a product. Yes.
One of the challenges coffee cooperatives are facing is the low domestic consumption, which
we find it very important to support farmers and farmer organizations in supporting them in growing a sustainable business. And in order to do so, we think it's very important that organizations have the skills to actually run a business professionally. So that's why we think it's very important to have courses like this, to share amongst organizations what the challenges are in terms of managing a coffee cooperative. And out of that, we hope that organizations learn from each other and hopefully a bit from us as well, so that they grow their business and run it more sustainably, so that they offer better services to the farmers and provide them with better prices for their crops.
Okay. And which key areas would you focus on?
In this training, we're going to focus on financial literacy, but also basic financial principles. So that starts with understanding the volumes that you're going to collect as a cooperative. How are you going to manage your stock? Which price are you going to pay for that? How are you going to manage that? How are you going to track your costs, and how are you going to negotiate your contracts? It's really on the basic financial skills that are needed to run a business profitably.
Why are those skills perhaps important?
Well, I think it's very important to make sure that if you're running an organization, a member-based organization especially, you need to be sustainable on the long run. And in order to be sustainable on the long run, you need to really understand your business and need to manage that. Especially if you talk about coffee, where the prices are super volatile. There's huge risks that you buy your coffee at a higher price than that you can sell it if you don't manage it well. So for us, if we look at long-term sustainability for organizations and for farmers, we believe it's very important that we make sure that organizations know how to manage their risk and make a profit in the long run.
Does that ready them also towards managing finances, be it credit, like from a financial institution?
Yeah, so for Rabo Bank Foundation, our objective is really to support their farmers in strengthening their business. But generally that means that you need to manage loans as well to grow your business. So it's not a goal per se to make sure that organizations can attain credit. But if it's needed to manage their business, then we think it's very important to start with making sure that you understand what you're doing, you understand what it is to take a loan and to run your business, so that over time you'll be able to repay it properly. Because if you cannot do that, it's a huge burden on the shoulders of the organization and then on the farmers.
Maybe lastly for me, there are structural problems in this economy. Matters like the agriculture sector is a key area.
Low domestic consumption. We might not get we might not get mitigants from this course. But then we understand that there is a lot of consumption for coffee internationally, and what is going to happen is that the participants of this course are going to be given skills. They are going to be armed with skills for being more competitive, and some of the areas that are going to be covered are areas around management of stock, areas around procurement from from the coffee farmers, areas around negotiation, and areas around pricing. We believe that the skills that they are going to get from this workshop are going to be able to boost their revenues.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you playing the role of cooperatives? Do you believe DFCU?
What I do believe is that for a lot of these things, organizations that want to invest in it, be it input suppliers, being transport companies, or be it even the government, probably they look at the business case. So they want to make sure that it's sustainable. It's a business that is going to grow. So for an input supplier to actually go to these areas, which are sometimes a bit remote, you need to see that there's organizations there that can collect the farmers together and that can manage the volumes to actually make sure that in the end they can pay for the inputs. So I think this is really the basis, but it's not the only thing. And it should be tied to other things. So what we do as Rabo Bank Foundation is to try to use our network together with DFCU if necessary, or other organizations, to see if other organizations can also support the farmers where necessary. We're quite aware that what we're doing is not everything, but we hope that it's an important step to bring the agricultural sector further.
What do you want